Hello everybody, Minecraft Bedrock Guide 1.21 is here, and we have a crazy important episode here for you today. One that is going to show you how to travel thousands of blocks in the matter of seconds, giving you quick access to biomes, structures, and other things that are incredibly far away in your world. So you can basically get to anything you want, anytime you want, with practically no effort. If you want to know what it is, then stick around.
Bruh.
This beautiful thing right here, the Nether portal, the best way of travel in Minecraft. It's beautiful. And the Nether portal actually has several uses. It's going to give you access to the Nether dimension and new things that you don't currently have, like new building blocks, the netherite template to make stronger armor, and the material to make netherite armor, blaze rods, nether wart for potions, wither skulls to eventually make yourself a beacon, even some like unique item drops like gas tiers, quartz, etc. There's a lot of different things that you can get from the Nether. But the big one I want to focus on today, how do you make one? How does it work? How do you use it for fast travel? Because fast travel is one of the things that does the best, because in the Nether, for every one block that you move there, you actually simultaneously are moving 8 blocks in the overworld. That doesn't make sense to you now. It will in a little bit. Well, how exactly do you use this Nether portal to travel thousands of blocks in the matter of a few seconds, Prowl? We're going to touch on that too. So first things first, let's just super quickly cover how the heck do you make a Nether portal for those of you that do not know how to make one. Well, you're going to need some obsidian, which is this really like strong material right here. You're going to want to come across areas like this where you have lava. Now, sometimes you're going to see areas that already have obsidian. Sometimes you're just going to see lava. All you need is a bucket of water. Put the bucket of water down and it converts lava into obsidian for you. And of course, I don't have any torches, so this is going to be ever so slightly dangerous, but I'm going to break this block right here. I'm going to put water right there, and then I can break the obsidian while I'm standing in water. That way, if there's lava underneath, which, yep, there we go right there, we don't fall into it, and neither does our obsidian that we're breaking. This is going to be how and the best way to get obsidian for now. Later on, when you travel to the end, you're going to see that the end pillars around the Ender Dragon are made of obsidian. That's a really great way to get a lot of it, which we're going to need to do later for a gold farm. And once you have at least 20 obsidian, you're good to travel back up to wherever it is you want to set up your Nether portal. Now, when it comes to making your Nether portal, there's a few basic rules that you need to follow. But first, let me show you the minimal size of Nether portal that you can make. The minimal size is going to be 2 obsidian wide. You do not need to fill in the corners, but you can fill in the corners as well. But it's a 4 wide total with 2 obsidian there in the middle. And then 1, 2, 3 obsidian tall. Again, here you could put a placeholder block or an obsidian block, either way. And then your 2, and then your 3. This right here is the minimum size portal that you can make. These blocks are not needed. You can leave those out if you want to. You can put something decorative there. Totally up to you. You also can't invert this. You can't go 3 wide by 2 tall. That doesn't work. To make things look a little bit better, dig a couple holes in the ground and then build your portal like this. That way you can just walk straight into it. To activate the portal, use a flint and steel. Not going to go in it yet because we need to go over how to link your portals properly. And also, this isn't where I want it to go. And while this is the minimum size, the maximum size portal you can make is this guy right here. 23 blocks wide by 23 blocks tall. And it gave us a couple of zombified piglins, which will periodically spawn from your portal over time and have a chance to spawn at the point that you light the portal. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy. The other guy, I think, went back into the portal. So while this is the minimum, this is the maximum, you can do any rectangular shaped size in between these. Now, I say rectangular shape because that's really important. So something really cool like this circular shape right here, unfortunately, that's not gonna light. Why they decided to have it like that, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool if it lit. Probably should even be something that they change. But just so you know, you can't do any shape other than a rectangular shape between this size and this size. I want to throw in a quick note here. Make sure the first time you go through your nether portal, you have nothing on you, nothing. Empty your whole inventory, take all of your gear off, everything. You don't want to have a bad nether spawn where your portal that shows up on the other side ends up at the edge of a cliff. Why is this llama coming down to me?
Hello there.
When your portal on the other side ends up on the edge of a cliff, and when you walk through it, you fall off into lava, or maybe you have a ton of hostile mobs around you and they just insta kill you. And then when you go back in the second time after you've kind of checked things out a little bit, go in with some minimal stuff to set up a safe area around your portal. Maybe build like a little cobblestone box around it or something like that. And then when you go in for real exploration, then you can either decide to put on your real gear with all of your enchantments and stuff on it, or if you don't have an easy way to replace your real gear, then you may want to go in with just some iron gear, gold helmet or something like that, so piglins won't attack you, etc. Just be willing to die. Have stuff on you that you're okay with losing when you go in. So I already have a nether portal in my world here, and it is properly linked up to the portal in the nether side. So what do I mean by that? I mentioned earlier that when you move 1 block in the nether, it moves you 8 blocks in the overworld. You can use the coordinates that are on the top left-hand side of your screen. If you don't have those turned on, it's in your game settings. Go and turn coordinates on. You have to have this to properly link your nether portals up. You can use a little bit of basic math to calculate where your portal needs to be. Your portal in the nether and your portal in the overworld need to be at the exact right coordinates for you to reliably use multiple portals in your world. In the case here, if I were to stand on this block, and I'm not going to stand on it for too long, you can see there, that's 880 when I stand there. The Z coordinate, the last coordinate is 880. And then you can see the coordinate I'm standing on here is negative 1420. So this portal right here, that block is negative 1420 and then positive 880.
A few moments later.
Now that I'm on the nether side, it's important for me to know those coordinates of where we were in the overworld, negative 1420 and 880. When you go through a portal for the first time in the overworld, it will automatically create a nether portal somewhere in the nether. It's not going to be the exact coordinates you need to be at. It actually be kind of far off depending on if it finds a good spot to make a portal in the game or not. In our case here, this one has already been set up. You're going to notice something here. I said negative 1420, which would be 177 and a half. We can round that here. We're at 177 right here on this block. The other number is 110. We take 880 divided by 8, we get 110. That's this block right there. So we were able to put this nether portal on the exact block that we need it to be. If when you take your overworld coordinates and you divide by 8, if you get a decimal, just round up or down to the nearest whole number and it'll be perfectly fine. One thing we have not talked about is the Y level, the middle coordinate. We're at Y level 14 right now, but in the overworld, I don't know what we were. We're probably like Y level 90 or 100 or something like that.
I got you, homie.
The Y level only matters if you're going to put portals that are extremely close to each other, vertically far apart. Let's say you have a base on the top of a mountain that's Y level 250. I'm making this up. And then you also, almost directly below you, you have a portal that is at Y level negative 40. Like they're pretty far apart, right? And that could be a reason why you want a portal, because you want to be able to easily go from the top to the bottom. Well, in that case, you can have portals in the nether at the same coordinate, one higher, one lower, and the higher one should link to the higher one, and the lower one should link to the lower one. It doesn't always work perfectly, but generally speaking, that's how it should work. We're going to do this in practice right now, because while I already have this portal here in the overworld at my starter base camp, I do not have a portal at my main base. Let's go set one up and actually do the coordinates, and then we're going to talk about travel. So I was kind of wandering around and thinking about here, where do I want to put my nether portal? If you don't know, what I'm doing here in the world is we've made a custom dark oak forest. I call it an old growth dark oak forest. All the trees are taller. We have a trade center here. I'm going to build a big custom tree there, etc., etc. We're on an island, and I was kind of thinking maybe instead of like hiding my nether portal in a building or hiding it underground or something weird like that, maybe it'll kind of be a central part of this little island. Like you would maybe have a little courtyard type area with a small fountain and seats and like a little stone area around. Maybe I'll do something like that over here. I'm not going to do all the buildy part right now, but I'm going to pick a central location in the island, and I'm going to put my nether portal in that spot, and it'll be a central location of our actual total build that we do here as we build up this town inside of this dense dark oak forest. All right, and here we go. So I have my nether portal location set up. Now, since I already have one nether portal in the world way out there, one of two things is going to happen when I go through this portal. It's either going to make a new portal at some random location higher up in the world, and I'm gonna have to dig my way back down, or I can go through that portal and then go to the proper coordinates to link up, or it's going to just link to the nether portal that's over there because it just sees that portal and thinks, hey, that's close enough. I'm just going to link to that. I'm guessing it's going to be the latter. So I am going to go through here, but I want to write down the center coordinate first. Okay, I got my coordinates written down. I've divided them by 8. We're at negative 1392, positive 1144 on that block right there. Dividing both of those by 8, I get negative 174 and positive 143 is where I need to set up my new portal. Let's see if I can go through this and not die. See? Look, it took me to my portal. That's what I thought. Okay, that's fine. That means I'm safe. So we need to get to negative 174, which is only a few blocks this way, and 143. So I'm going to go this way to 143, and I actually want to move this portal eventually down to Y level 11. I like Y level 11 a lot better because this is a good place to find ancient debris when you're digging out your tunnels. We'll go over ancient debris and how to get it and netherite and all that stuff later. So 143 right here. And then if I dig over here a little bit, negative 174, which is right here. All right, now that I have the area dug out, I'm going to light this portal. And now what should happen, since I've put this portal in the correct location, is I should be able to go through this one and it bring me to the overworld into the portal in the middle of my main base area, which it did. I should now be able to go back through this portal and it take me to that new portal that I just set up, which it did. And then now if I go down here to the portal that hello, the portal I already had set up. I'm gonna kill this guy. Oh, I think that other one hopped through the portal. I'm gonna go through this and it should take me to my camp. I really hope I don't die while I'm loading right now. Ow. Perfect. So now I can easily travel from here over to my main base area. We have our portal set up. So just kind of like doing a basic calculation here, this portal and that portal are only about 30 blocks away here in the Nether. It's super quick just for me to go to one to the other, even just by foot. But these two portals in the overworld are about 250 blocks apart from each other. So I'm traveling 250 blocks in a matter of just a couple seconds. Now, just traveling this by foot may be perfectly fine when we're talking about short distances, but what if you want to go really, really far away? So we're going to set up our first far away portal here, and then we're going to talk about the methods and ways in which you can travel from portal to portal long distances really fast. You notice here I'm not in game. I am on chunkbase.com, where you can type in your seed number that you can get from your world settings version of the game we're playing, overworld, and I'm on the biome finder app. And I have my coordinates typed in here, negative 1392, 1144, and a biome that's kind of far away that I would like to be able to get to frequently is going to be the desert. So that way I can get sand to either use as sand itself or more so to smelt down into glass. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna click desert here. I'm gonna zoom out a bit and I'm gonna look for a big desert. We got a huge one down here. I've been here a couple times. It's a kind of far travel, takes a few minutes to get there. So we're gonna make this a little bit easier. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a point somewhere right in the center. That way, from this point, I can expand out into all these different areas to mine this desert out for sand. And you see we have the coordinates negative 2497, positive 3236. Okay, a little bit of work has been done now. Blue Jays portal, that's my starter base portal. Here's my main base portal. And we are currently standing at negative 170-ish and then 140. And we need to get all the way out to negative 312 and then 404. I'm going to dig this tunnel, whatever the longer coordinate is, first. So I've kind of marked the middle of like this big room for me and Blue Jay, so we can have one tunnel going this way. There's another going that way. There's another that's going to go that way. And then there's one down there that'll go that direction. To get to negative 312 and positive 404, I think I want to do the 404 first, which means I'm going to go in this direction. And the nice thing about digging out in the Nether is if you have efficiency 5, I think maybe even efficiency 4 will do it, is you insta-mine netherrack. So I can just sprint and just keep going straight until I get to 404. I just got to watch out for lava pockets. If I see some lava, what I'll do is I'll just look down and break like a 1 block hole in the floor. The lava will flow into that and I can just fill it, wait for it to go away, fill it, and I can keep going until I reach 404. There we go, 404. And then I need to go this direction to get to negative 312. And here we go. I got one at the coordinates that I need to have it at. This is negative 312, 1404. And with any luck, I should pop through in the middle of a giant desert. Or down in a cave, and now I have to work myself almost 100 blocks up in the air.
Emotional damage.
Okay, that was a pain in the butt, but I did work myself topside, and now we need to get to negative 2496 and then 3232. We're actually not far off of that. So 3232 is right here. Negative 2496 will be over here somewhere. Perfect. So now we just need to put a portal right here. Oh, and also one other thing, that nether portal that I spawned in underground, you have to make sure you break that because you don't want to link back up to it. And if you want some free obsidian, collect the rest of the obsidian blocks and then set up your portal in the right location like I did here. And there we go. I am roughly about 3,000 blocks away from my base in the overworld versus being roughly like 400 blocks away here in the nether. Now, here's the thing though. Traveling this on foot is definitely faster than traveling on foot in the overworld doing this, but this is not the best way to travel in the nether. It's still going to take us, between all of the going through the portals and stuff, a couple minutes to reach our destination, and we don't want to do this in a few minutes. We want to do this in a matter of seconds. And let's mention a few different ways that you can travel these tunnels incredibly fast. We're going to talk about it from like slow or worst to fastest or best. Okay, so we already did the worst way. That's by foot. And there's another way that's kind of bad, but also has like a slight upside to it. And that's mine carts. We haven't messed with them yet in this season of the guide, but mine carts are pretty simple. You could set up some tracks going from here all the way down to there. Mine carts aren't incredibly fast, at least not right now. But the nice thing is you can click a button, get in it, and just have it take you to where you want to go. And that's it. Now, your next option after that is going to be soul speed. If you put soul speed on your boots, which you can find in the nether by trading with piglins, etc., and you then make this floor soul sand or soul soil, you'll run faster than a minecart. You definitely run a lot faster than you do on foot, but it's a decent way to travel, but it's still kind of slow and pretty manual. Another one that I hadn't thought of, but somebody in my stream chat told me to mention, is a horse. We could bring a horse here in the nether. If you get a fast enough horse, it's pretty quick. You could travel this in probably a minute or two. and get yourself all the way from one side to the other with little effort involved. And then the next one, this is one that most of you will probably use and most of you have and currently do right now, is the elytra. If you have the elytra, you can fly a few rockets this way and a few rockets that way, and you're all good to go. You want to keep going pretty quick though, you're going to have to use a lot of rockets because you don't have a lot of height here to glide. You also have to dig out a little bit higher too if you really want to comfortably make it through. But if you're okay with spending a lot of rockets, you want to go kind of quick, the elytra is pretty good. There is a way that is incredibly fast, way faster than the elytra, and it involves this block right here, the packed ice block. You use Silk Touch to go gather packed ice from an ice biome, or you collect regular ice. You can craft it into packed ice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a path going through here to set my packed ice down in and to travel. Now, let me show you in a test world really quick a couple of path options you can do. And I was doing some tests here. Some people gave me some different ideas of things to do. I was told that I could skip a block and make my ice boat go faster. This is not true. It goes fairly slow. It's faster than just dirt, but nowhere near as fast as something like this. A single wide ice lane with fences or walls on the side. Both work just fine. And doing this is incredibly fast. You do have to watch out though. If your walls connect to anything like this and it makes this little bump out, your boat's going to get caught on that. You don't have to worry about that with fences because fences don't work that way. So fences or walls will both work to use the least amount of ice possible. I want mine to look a little fancy though. So to make mine look fancy, we're going to do a 2 wide. So I'm gonna have to use twice as much ice. I'm gonna surround it with some trapdoors. It's gonna look really good. And then anywhere I have a little like turn that is possible to make, I'll put something like this. And maybe even just to make it so I don't miss the turn, because you go so fast. I may even put something like this, which will be a little slow down. We'll see what I decide to do when I get to that point. All right, so here we go. I've calculated that it is about 3,100 blocks away in that general direction to get to the desert that we've set up the portal to. Let's see how long it takes us to get there. Starting from when I walk inside of this Nether portal, not counting the fact that for some reason the Nether is like loading super long on the server right now. I'm not sure if it's an add-on or a server issue or what. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's go. And boom, we're here. How fast was that? That felt like it was like 10 seconds.
I'll allow it.
We just traveled 3,000 something blocks in roughly 10 seconds. That is absolutely insane. Making this by far the fastest way to travel, and the setup time for it wasn't too bad. So now we have a super quick, super easy way to get to the desert. And over time, we will set these up to a lot of different biomes, swamps, maybe to get us to a woodland mansion, maybe other structures, all sorts of things. Any place that's far away that we want to normally get to, we can now set up one of these guys to get there in a matter of seconds. And I believe that is going to take care of the topic of Nether portals for today. You know how to make them, you know how they work, you know how to link them, you know the benefits for short range travel, traveling distances that are kind of far apart in your base that you may want to just use the portal for instead. You know the benefits for long distance travel and how fast you can do it, and the fact that you can travel thousands of blocks in the matter of just a few seconds. And we weren't even going the fastest there. It gets even faster than what we just did. These things are totally awesome. Nether portals are the best way to travel. So even if you're the type that is a little scared of the Nether, don't like to come in here, you don't really have much use for it, you still need to set yourself up a nether portal, at least for far off travel, to get to those hard to reach biomes that take a long time to travel in overworld because they're so far apart. If you enjoyed today's video or learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any other interesting nether portal facts that maybe I didn't cover, drop them down in the comment section below. And we will see you in the next Bedrock Guide episode, because now that we have portals set up here and we've officially in an episode been to the nether, it's time to actually talk about how the heck do you travel through here, what kind of cool things are there, and how do you not die. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.